start it again, okay?
Go green, a phrase that everyone has heard. Everyone is affected by this, but few respond to the call. While many of us that live in North Dakota or states or countries like North Dakota, we do not see the effects of pollution. In fact, only 8% of the world's population breathes in clean air. Just imagine if we lived in those countries, had to deal with the fact that your family has a good chance of getting a disease and dying. If we do not take care of our home right now, our descendants will not have a life to live. There are three main areas that we must focus on if we want to continue living on in this wonderful planet. The first area of pollution we should focus on is the air we breathe. What causes air pollution? Major sources of air pollution include transportation, fuel and waste burning, power plants, and industrial activities. These sources pour out tons of carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide. In fact, according to the IPCC, between 1970 and 2010, 78% of the total increase in the world's carbon dioxide emissions came from industrial processes and fuel combustion. Air pollution can also come from non-human activities, such as dust storms, but these are less detrimental to the air. With the increased amount of air pollution, the ozone layer captures these gases, which heats the earth. As I stated before, carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide are very harmful to the ozone layer, but there are a few other gases that affect the ozone layer. One of these gases, methane, comes mainly from livestock and the production of natural gas. The other gas, water vapor, the most common gas in the ozone layer, does not linger in the ozone layer for long periods of time. This increase in greenhouse gases has in turn increased the Earth's temperature. In fact, from 1880 to 2012, the climate has warmed by 2 degrees Fahrenheit, or 1 degree Celsius, according to the IPCC. From what are the consequences of climate change? Even though this does not sound like much of a change, the smallest change can produce a big difference. The effects of air pollution. According to the World Health Organization, or WHO, about 6 million deaths, or 1 in 9 deaths across the globe, are linked to air pollution. Nearly 90% of these deaths occur in low and middle income countries. Air pollution can increase the chances of getting cardiovascular diseases, stroke, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, lung cancer, and acute respiratory infections. Since you have learned about the causes and effects of air pollution, now it is time to learn about water pollution. How does the water we use in our homes get so dirty? Even though our air seems so polluted, our drinking water is just as bad. Freshwater bodies contain traces of contaminants ranging from birth control pills and sunscreen to pesticides and petroleum. This comes from the National Geographic. Waste is one of the main pollutants of freshwater. Synthetic products can travel down rivers and streams and into bodies of freshwater, or even the ocean. Agriculture is another major pollutant of freshwater. Herbicides and pesticides from crops get washed into the ground. Excrements from humans and domesticated and wild animals also run off into wells or streams. Our oceans are also very polluted. We are one of the main sources of pollution to our oceans. Oil spills and waste disposal have the ocean littered with pollution. As we have seen, oil is hard to get out of the ocean and can affect millions of tons of water. This water is home to many different organisms that get severely harmed by the oil. Also, garbage can seriously affect marine life and habitats. Garbage can get caught on the animals and lead to their death. It can also land on or destroy their habitats, making them look for new homes. How is air pollution affecting our oceans? As I stated before, the ozone layer has increased the temperature of the Earth. With this warming of the Earth, the bodies of ice have shrunk. According to the IPCC, Arctic sea ice has decreased every year since 1979. The NOAA predicts that the Arctic summers will be ice-free by the middle of the 21st centuries. From 1901 to 2010, the sea level has rose by an average of about 7.5 inches worldwide. Experts believe that if global temperatures exceed 3.6 degrees, then the world will be locked into an irreversible future of extremely harmful climate-related effects. There is only one thing that can prevent the shrinking of ice caps as well as decrease air pollution, and that is trees. Where are all our trees going? So many of the trees in the U.S. are dying. They're dying because these trees are the trees that were planted during the Dust Bowl. Few people have replanted trees since then. Also, many forests are being harvested. These trees are being used for everything from simple paper to complex building materials. How are trees significant to our air? Trees take in all the carbon dioxide that is sent into the atmosphere. This means there are less greenhouse gases to warm the earth and melt the ice. It also sends out oxygen, which is vital to all living creatures of earth. With more people being produced, we need more oxygen for all of us to breathe. The planting of trees could be the best chance of creating a healthy earth once again. So go green. If we take all these steps towards stopping air and water pollution and deforestation, our descendants will have a healthy place to live. If we can reduce deforestation, that in turn will decrease air pollution, and with that, the world's ice caps will stop melting. Planting trees also cannot solve our problem. We must also better dispose of our waste and reduce emissions from power plants. If we don't, we might be seeing too much blue in our future. This is from our school. We recycle paper, just like my note cards were recycled, which helps out a lot. And since I couldn't find any crude